Okay, it says I'm live, so I haven't been live in a long time, and I'm just gonna tell it like it is. This is a very old computer, and my other computer crashed in April. I remember it was April 9th or 10th. My computer was like turning off randomly during the night, but it wasn't like once a month. It wasn't once every 2 months or something. My computer was just laptop was just randomly turning off. So I didn't like putting the lid down or anything, because the past. I have experiences in the past, and I'm really attached to those stories. Like, no, I can't shut down my computer or put it to sleep because it won't turn back on. Well, I learned my lesson, and guess what? That experience of my computer, the laptop, just going basically shutting down and turning off. It was happening more and more and more often until the thing crashed. And then I couldn't get it back. I mean, I called HP, and I was paying $16 a month for HP Smart Friend, and they told me to get a Windows 10 and get a USB drive, put it in there, upload that Windows 10 to the computer that's broken in there, and upload it, and then it wouldn't work. So here I have a 2016, 2010, or Windows 10, sorry, Windows 10, 2016 HP laptop. It's very old, it's slow, and I don't really want to do a lot of YouTube videos on it, and I need about $500 to get a new. I will never get a used. I didn't, when I bought it, I didn't know it was a 2016. The guy didn't tell me, so I didn't ask enough questions. So lesson learned. So my name's Sandra Gregston. I think the last video I did was, I don't know, the last video I did, to tell you the truth. Was it, I know it was live because I can't upload. I don't have any software, and I can't really use software on this old archaic thing because it won't take. I can't upgrade to Windows 11 on this. And believe me, in 2013, I did not want to upgrade my laptop to 2011. I am very stubborn, okay? I don't like change at all. I don't like change at all. The only kind of change that I like is the money kind, okay? Please don't get rid of the penny. Please don't get rid of the penny. Yeah, we're probably going cashless in the next 5-10 years. I think we are. But yeah, lesson learned, man. It was a hard lesson. So whenever that video was, the last one, March, was it February, was it January of 2024? I can't tell you. So this is going to be brief. I'm going to tell you everything that I've been studying for the last, oh God, since February. Since February of 2024. And it started with a journey, a spiritual journey. I had a spiritual journey in January, and I'm not going to say where the spiritual journey was, but I had a spiritual journey, and it was a private event, and it was like one day, and about a month, not even a month later, probably about 2-3 weeks later, I found William Donahue on YouTube. And I said, who's this dude? And YouTube is very specific. The algorithm is very specific. So if you are listening to watching cat videos over and over and over again, YouTube is going to pretty much know what you want to listen to. So YouTube is smart. The algorithm is smart. So I was listening to everything spiritual. You know, my three favorite New Thought teachers, my three favorite, I call them like my daddies or my brothers. And it's funny because they're all men, and I don't want to live with men at all, not at all. But they're Joel Goldsmith, Neville Goddard, and Dr. Joseph Murphy. And um, they all have something different to bring. And I listen to a lot of Neville Goddard videos on YouTube. I'm a YouTube junkie, and I'm trying to cut it back of how much I listen to. But I like Neville Goddard. Live in the end. Um, you got to feel it. The wish fulfilled. Um, I changed my life in 2023 from that. There is another teacher that I like, but I don't know if he can count New Thought, and that's Bob Proctor. Um, and I have his curriculum here. The PDFs, the Science of Getting Rich. And I got away from that. I was studying that. I studied it 3 times, but I never went through all the way, to the chapters. And you can get the YouTube videos for free, but the PDFs are good to have, and I have those. I paid $1,000 for that program in 2019. So 2019 was the first year I did the whole thing, but I think I stopped around chapter 17 or 16 or 15 or something. I stopped around toward the end of the program. Why do I look so fuzzy? Is that because the camera's dirty, or is that just, no, still looks fuzzy to me. It's probably because it's an old laptop. Unless I don't have my glasses on, so maybe that's what it is. But anyway, Joel Goldsmith has his Infinite Way. I was listening to that earlier in the year, but the algorithm with YouTube is very, very specific. It knows you. So because I was listening to these New Thought teachers and everything spirituality, and I was listening to Lori Lothian, Lunatic Astrology. Lori, I listen to you, maybe not live, but 4 or 5 days a week. I don't miss your videos. If I'm coming on 2 or 3 days late, then I'm coming on 2 or 3 days late because I'm not always on the lives. But ever since Braca Goldsmith went off YouTube, ever since she left YouTube, and I want to say it was 2022, Braca Goldsmith left, I was listening to Lori Lothian full time, like my main astrologer. So because of the history of what I was listening to, YouTube threw a video and said, "We think you would like this." And I said, "Who the hell is William Donahue?" Well, I'll tell you. Because this opened a door, and it started with my spiritual journey. And then a month later, I found William Donahue. William Donahue breaks down the Bible because it's written in code. And this is what I've been studying. So I'm not going to talk for 30 or 40 minutes here. William Donahue, and I've been looking for this. Okay. This has been a soul ask. I've been asking, give me someone to teach me. I need a teacher, please. I need a teacher. I need a teacher. Okay. So I was like, you can't take the Bible literally. I'm an ex-born again Christian. Okay. Listen to all my videos. They're still up from when I was going through that whole 2009, 2010, 2013. I was listening to the atheist experience and all that, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I'm sure they're still up. I don't think I took them down. I don't think I did. When I was like declaring myself an atheist, declaring myself an agnostic, and I did like a 180. And now what am I? Freaking man, I don't know, man. So William Donahue breaks down the Bible beautifully, but he doesn't have a book. This man has to be 80 or 90 years old now, or 70, because all his videos are up, and you can tell it's grainy. You can tell it's from the 1990s. Maybe the videos are like 2004, 2002, but he appeared to be about 40 to 50 years old in those videos. If he was 50, that means he's 20 now. If the videos are 20 years old. Why don't you write a book, Mr. William Donahue? Because you have a very specific way that you explain the Bible in an esoteric way using astrology. He decodes the Bible in a way that you can learn it with astrology. And according to William Donahue, which is beautiful, he's beautiful. Oh my God, I love this guy. I gotten away from him, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But he will take the Bible and he'll say, turn to your Bible. He'll say, Bible. The way he talks is so unique. It's so funny. And he goes, people think that it means that you're supposed to do this and you're supposed to take it literally. And he's like, hogwash. I love Bill Donahue. I love it. I love Bill Donahue. He's freaking amazing. I love him. William Donahue. So he talks about the Bible being a book about our body and a book about the stars. And the zodiac starts in Aries. It's the head, and it goes through all the signs, and it ends at the feet, the fish, the Pisces. And you'll see the body going around. If you look, you got to look for it, right? You'll see it. The Taurus, and then the Gemini, and the Cancer, and the Leo. You'll see it. So once I started listening to William Donahue, I was blown away, sucked in, and listening to every single William Donahue video I could, and taking notes and here and there and everything. I mean, it took me about a month or two to start taking notes. I was like, you got to take notes on this dude. Who is this dude telling you, open your Bible to Matthew chapter 6. And he's like, it's not about the Red Sea and parting. The Red Sea is your blood. It's your blood. Or it's, Mercury's the messenger, and it's the central nervous system in your body, and I mean, the way he talks is just so breathtaking to hear somebody not take the Bible literally and not take it historically, like a history book. It's an allegory. So that opened the doorway to him, and I started listening to him. And then somewhere around, I don't know, I got laid off from Verizon in March. I was working full time, and then, unemployment for a very long time. Unemployed for a very long time, since March of this year. And then I found Santos Bonacci. And like I said, YouTube is very smart. So I found Santo Bonacci teaching, and the videos are from 2011. It says right on there, look up Santos Bonacci 2011. Look up astrotheology. So that threw me, and I was like, what is this red shift, blue shift? What is this red shift, blue shift? And it's called, it's a specific name, and I believe, is it on my other phone? I think it's on my other phone. Yeah, I think it's on my other phone. And let me see if I could pronounce it properly, because I really want to pronounce it. I believe it's called Presea Theology. I think that's what it's called, Presea Theology. And if it's not pronounced that name, please forgive me. For anybody that studies anything esoteric, or if you study astrology, I don't know how to pronounce it, but basically it's all roads lead up to the mountain. All religions are the truth. All of them have a weave of truth, and they're all going to lead you up that mountain to the okay. So that's what Santos Bonacci teaches. So I went into a wormhole, sucked in. I don't know when that was, July, August, pulled me away from William Donahue. And I said, what is this? And it was just so, for lack of a better word, enlightening to me. And I started taking notes, and I have like 8, 10 pages of notes around, either in my bedroom or in this living room here. This living room is very small. The bedroom is the biggest room. And you can see my artwork on the wall back there. And you can see Lakshmi right there on, there's Lakshmi right there. So yeah, I've been just sucked into this world of astrotheology, and I don't know if it's called synchronicity. I don't know what it's called, but this, all religions are one and they're all the same and everything like that. So once I started listening to Santo Bonacci, like 4 days a week on YouTube, like I said, I'm a YouTube junkie, guys. I was like, oh my God, I gotta learn the tree of life, the Kabbalah, Hermeticism. My senior minister told me that I would like Hermeticism. I have where are they? Are they? Where are they? Oh, I don't know where they're at. Oh my goodness, I didn't put them away. I don't know where they're at. Oh, they must be in the bedroom. Well, I have tarot deck, the Hermetic tarot deck, and it's very symbolic. So I've been doing tarot on myself since 2018. I just started doing tarot readings on other people like May or June or July of this year, but I only did 2. Yeah, I got paid for them, but I only did 2. And so I was like, you got to learn about the tree of life. You got to learn about the Kabbalic cross. I started going studying about the Golden Dawn, and I started studying about the lesser banishing ritual of the pentagram and the lesser invoking ritual of the pentagram. So LBRP, LIRP, both. I listened to both, and it just opened up all these doors. But what they're doing, it's like digging a shallow well, or digging a shallow grave. And you can look at it, a well or a grave. How do you want to see it, a well or a grave? I'm a water sign. I'm a Cancer sun, but I'm an Aquarius rising. So Pluto is transiting in my first house, and I'm going through a huge thing right now. I can feel it. And it's a lot of change, and I don't really like it. I like things to be stable. Being in that Cancer shell and not really going out there, and when I'm scared, I go back in the shell. And I'm all over the place basically. So I'm studying all these things, and I'm really interested in the esoteric, the higher meaning, because I'm like, being ancient or Hellenistic astrologer, okay, that's good, but what's the higher meaning? I really want to understand the higher meaning. So I started listening to what's his name? I believe it is William. Is it William Meter? I think it's William. Let's see. It is, I believe it's William. Okay, so I started listening to Manly P. Hall, Sacred Geometry, Astrotheology, and I got YouTube lists. So I'm going through on my phone. I'm going through Robert Sullivan. I started listening to Robert Sullivan on YouTube. William Meter. I started listening to him because I want more than just Cancer is transiting your second house. It means this. Oh, Saturn's in your second house, and the second house is income. And I want a higher. I'm looking at the higher thing here, the higher calling. And I don't really want to be limited to this theory that because there's a bad aspect, like a square or an opposition, or maybe a conjunction between uh, two planets. Maybe you have a conjunction with Saturn and Jupiter, and they're both in your first house. What would that feel like? My goodness, one's trying to bless you, and the other one's trying to say no, no, no. Saturn's restrictions, boundaries. No, no, we got to put some boundaries here. That's the daddy. I view Saturn as the daddy. It's like, no, you're going to go to bed early. You're going to eat your vegetables. You're going to eat your food. And then you can have your dessert. And then you're going to go to bed early. And then we're going to wake up and we're going to go to school. Daddy, you know. But if you have Jupiter, Santa Claus, and bless you everywhere, let's party, 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 bless you everywhere, I mean, I just don't want to really look at astrology like that and say, this is this because of that. I mean, you can, but I mean, I'm honestly nowhere near being an astrologer yet. I'm just getting into learning about the aspects finally after listening to Baraka Goldsmith since I don't know when I started listening to her. She changed her name. It used to be Barbara. Now it's Baraka Goldsmith. She changed her first name. And she's not even on YouTube anymore. She still has her website, yourastrologysigns.com. Look, I'm promoting her website. But she's not on YouTube anymore. I believe she's on Patreon. So, and I don't even have Patreon account. I don't even have it. So I've never even been there. So, I'm just now learning in the last 3 months about aspects. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm ramping up and I'm all over the place. I can't even like study deeply into one thing. And I'm like, okay, you need to pick one thing to study. Is it going to be the Kabbalah with Rabbi Abe? He's another one that I listen to. Is it going to be William Meter that you listen to? Is it going to just be Santos Bonacci that you listen to? And take notes and over and over and over. And he has so many videos up here, there, everywhere on YouTube. It's all over. Different channels. What I mean is different channels that he has. And he aged because he had brown hair back in 2011. Now he has gray hair. And I'm like, I want to learn red shift, blue shift. I'm like, how do I get to like Hare Krishna is blue? Okay. He's blue. He's not red. Red is a very low vibration. And that's why you see all these fast food flashing red, Burger King, red, orange, yellow, very low vibrations. First, second, third chakras. They do that to tempt you, to taste you, red, blue, yellow, and you don't see fast food with green or purple, blue. You don't know. It's red, blue, yellow. So, Santos Bonacci is my spiritual boyfriend, just like Neville Goddard and what's his name? The other two. It's right on the tip of my tongue. I just said their names just 20 minutes ago. Neville Goddard, Joel Goldsmith, and Dr. Joseph Murphy. So, I have to find a way to dig one big, huge, deep well and study that and study it good. And then move on to the next one. And it's up to me to decide, well, what are you going to study? Is it going to be Hermeticism? And just do that. And it's fascinating what I've learned since February. I am blown away at what I've studied since February and the amount of knowledge I have now. But it's like, okay, it's trying to take the boat from the brain and carry it to the heart. It's time to live in that knowledge, not just it to be theory. Do I practice some of these things? Absolutely, I practice some of these things because I don't know if you can see, but can you see? I bought those, I don't know how long ago. I guess it's a pentacle. Because there's a pentacle and a pentagram, and I guess this is a pentacle. I guess because the feet are down, and then born again Christians are going to say it's the devil and Satan, which are two different deities or gods. And believe me, I have a book over there on that side. So guess what other shallow well I'm digging? Greek mythology, guys. I need to get this book, The Archetypal Universe by Ren Butler. I need to get that book. And I'm going through another book right now. I'm reading slowly, The Leadership Space by Brian Kirby White. He was my instructor at University of Redlands. I went to the local library here in Menifee, and Riverside County doesn't have the leadership space in circulation. So if you live in Riverside County, guys, and you want to look for a book that the library has, and if they don't have it in any county library anywhere in Temecula, Marietta, Hemet, Lake Elsinore, Paris, Moreno Valley, Riverside. I think Corona is part of Riverside County too. So if there's a book that you want that the county library does not have in circulation, you can ask them to order a book for you through ZipBooks. The library will buy the book. No, you do not have to buy any. You don't have to put any money up at all. They will buy it as long as it's under $35. They'll buy the book. They'll let you know when it's in. You go in and pick it up, and you have 3 or 4 times to renew. 3 or 4 times. I'm reading Brian Kirby White's book because I knew that he wanted to write a book when I was at University of Redlands. And what was that? My computer was doing something weird right there. What was that? I don't know what that was. That was very strange. But I knew he was going to write a book because he was talking about it in 2008, 2009. When I went to the University of Redlands, he was talking about it. Well, he wrote it, and it's out on Amazon, and it's published in 2022. It's called The Leadership Space, and it's everything new thought. It's everything new thought all over again. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting another dose of new thought. I'm getting another dose of this. Why don't I put Ernest Holmes on that list? Why don't I put just Ernest Holmes on the list of Neville Goddard, Joe Goldsmith, and the other one, Dr. Joseph Murphy. Why don't I put Ernest Holmes on that too? If I go to Center for Spiritual Living, Temecula Valley, why don't I put him on that list too? So I have the books over there of Greek mythology, and I'm slowly going through all the Greek mythology that in high school, I thought it was just, I was like, in high school. I did not want to learn about anything Greek mythology, Roman. I was like, I had no desire at all for any of it. So I'm really trying to get through that book from Brian Kirby White that he wrote because it's a zip book. I have only, I think, 2 or 3 more renewals left, and then I have to turn it in. And I really want to soak it up and soak it in, and then I can go back to this Greek mythology book that I have. And the next book I get on Zip Books, if they can buy it, if it's under $35, will be The Archetypal Universe by Ren Butler. I really want to understand the archetypes of the planets and see how they work with each other. That's a fascinating thing. The other thing I want to get into is learning about Carl Jung and his archetypes. This is everything that I'm talking about in this video is a deeper dive because I started learning about the chakras. I started learning about brain heart coherence in 2011, 2012. So it was like a mini spiritual awakening. I had many little experiences where I was listening to my heart and the world opened up and I like went from my brain to my heart and there was no ego there and it was complete love. But then it only lasted like 30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds, not very long. But once I knew I was there, I was like, uh-oh, where am I? I'm in peace. And then boom, I was gone. And I've been trying to get back there ever since. And I had about 2 or 3 of those experiences in 2012. So I started reading Alan Watts in 2012. I started reading Jiddu Krishnamurti in 2012. I was really getting into Buddhism in 2012 with what's her name? Pema Kadrone, is that her name? I think her name's Pema Kadrone. It's not really doing it. No. I don't know how to say her name, but there it is. Pema Cordon, Chodron. She's a Tibetan Buddhist, and she's a nun. Sambalia Buddhism, and she's 88 years old. My God! So I started listening to her in 2012 or 2011. And Alan Watts, and I have his book Eastern Wisdom, Modern Life that I read in 2011 or 2012. And then Jiddu Krishnamurti. I had a therapist that was like, I don't know. I guess you could say she was like a esoteric therapist. I mean, she went deep. She was a pretty amazing therapist. I don't see her anymore, but it was back in 2011, 12. And she said, you would really like the work of Jiddu Krishnamurti, because I was asking those deep questions back then in 2011, 2012. Like, who am I? Am I just a bag of bones? And then that's it? You know, what's more than this? And 2011, 2012, I was still going through that. Am I a Christian? I think I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't know about this stuff. You can't tell me that the Bible's the truth. La, 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 la. So, all those deep questions I was asking 12 years ago, in 2012 and 2011. And I'm not an atheist anymore. I can't do that anymore. With all the Hermeticism and all of the studies that I've been doing, and with the help of Center for Spiritual Living, and I was in consciousness studies. It used to be called Prac 1, but I was in Prac 1 for a time, and then I said, I don't think so. I said no, and I was laid off in March, and that was the end of the money, and I wasn't feeling it at the time. So I completed term 1, term 2, but I didn't complete term 3. But with the help of that, it's like creating a new me, because I'm studying all this esoteric stuff. And I guess 12 years ago, I wasn't ready for Hermeticism. 12 years ago, I wasn't ready for astrotheology or anything Greek mythology. I just wasn't ready. I was angry. I was mad. I mean, I couldn't even listen to other people say the word God. I wasn't there yet. That was 20, oh gosh, it was 2015. Wow. It was, wow. 10 years ago, guys, 2015. I was pissed at other people saying the word God because of all the BS I heard from the independent fundamental Baptist church that I went to, called First Baptist Church of Hammond, Indiana. And the college, the Bible college, it was Hiles Anderson College, run by Dr. Jack Hiles. And then the child molester excuse me, no, Jack Scott, which he did go to prison, but I believe Jack Scott is a free man today after statutory rape a 16-year-old girl. So after all that charade and shenanigans, and I went off there to Indiana in, I don't know, 2001. No, I think I left in 2002. I think, did I left? No. Yes. No. Gosh, I'm getting my years. I left California in 1997, and I didn't return to California until June 2001. I returned in California 2001. So I left California in 1997 because I got there by bus. I went on a Greyhound bus, and the day I arrived to Chicago or wherever I stayed, maybe Northwest Indiana somewhere, I don't know where I stayed, but I got a ride. Somebody from the college picked me up, and I saw the headlines. If you remember, it was late August 1997. I saw the headlines: Princess Diana murdered or killed, paparazzi. It was a big, huge headline. And I don't even think I had quarters to pop in the newspaper stand to get I don't remember. I have no idea if I had a quarter for that. But that day was the day that I arrived in Indiana. The day that she was murdered with the paparazzi was when I arrived in Indiana, and I was carted off to Crown Point, Indiana, to what I used to call a cult. I would have to look at that again, because the born again Christians would say Hermeticism is a cult. They would say, what is it? The Order of the Golden Dawn. They would say that I'm a part of a cult because of these, and the Tree of Life, and the LBRP and the LIRP. They would say I'm in a cult. They would say I'm in a cult, which is, interestingly, a cult means secret, and then a cult. See what, like, are you in a cult? It's very interesting. I never looked at it that way before, guys. Okay, I never looked at the sentence, are you a part of a cult? Now, a cult. Oh, not a cult. A cult just means secret. That's all it means. Doesn't mean it's of the devil. So, And I'm fascinated with Capricorn, Baphomet. I'm fascinated with that. My opposite sign. Um, I would love to find a person that is um, a cardinal Earth. Cardinal Earth. I'm looking for a cardinal Earth. Um, I think that would be very complimentary to me as a cardinal water sign um, for my sun sign. And I'm fascinated with everything that I'm learning, but I'm all over the place. So yeah, I'm on Facebook, and I have ads. They're very cheap. They're free. They're free ads. I don't pay for ads or anything like that. But tarot readings online, Google Meet. I don't pay for an hour of Zoom. I don't do it. So I tell people 30 minutes, $35. You can pay me through Zelle or Venmo or Cash App. And, you know, haven't really had anybody reach out to me for that kind of stuff. But it's time for Sandra to dive deep into one thing. It's just up to me to pick which one. Is it going to be Hermeticism? Is it going to be the esoteric teachings of the Kabbalah, and Dr. Abe, what's his name? Rabbi Abe, great guy that teaches a lot of stuff that I really dig. I dig this stuff. This is my jam, man. I like it a lot. But I'm digging too many shallow wells, and I just need to go in deeper. And I was so ecstatic and happy in February when I found William Donahue. Take your Bible and turn to John chapter 6. Listen to him. Go find William Donahue. He has a channel. William Donahue is the name of the channel, and he has videos up on other esoteric channels. Take your Bible and turn to Philippians chapter 2. And he goes, and people think you're supposed to take it literally. And he's like, I sent a lot of gratitude out to that man in February. I was like, thank you. Finally, somebody can decode the Bible and tell us that it is a book about our body and about the stars, because Orion and pineal gland, the word pineal was in there. And I remember reading, I was like, what the hell is that? I used to do that Bible in a year thing when you're a Christian, and you get a little thing, and it'll say Bible in a year, and it'll tell you what to read. Man, I read the Bible in 8 months, man. So, I'm all over the place. I just cannot be all over the place, because I'm like the Essenes. The Essenes, was Jesus one of the Essenes, or was Paul one of the Essenes? And most Christians are like followers of Paul and not followers of Jesus. They like Paul. They don't like Jesus. Get rid of the Bible and just read the words in red. Okay. What is that? A red letter edition of the Bible. Just take everything out of the Bible and just read the words in red that Jesus said. Just read that. That's it. I used to say that like 8 years ago. I used to say that. But I wasn't ready. 2015. I wasn't ready, because I was like, don't say that word. And they were like, what word? And I'm like, don't say the word God around me. Don't say it. I was pissed. So I'm, now you can say the word God. Doesn't matter to me, because how I define God is totally different, right? I don't think of a sky daddy in the sky where you're beseeching God, give me a car. God, give me a boyfriend. God, give me a house. God, give me a job. gimme, 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 and thank you, thank you, thank you, and gimme, gimme, gimme. I don't view God as that. So if you view God as something outside of you, then that's why I like the ontological argument of what is God. And I was talking about that in 2008, 2009, 2010 in my previous videos from 12, 13, 14 years ago. So, I don't know where I'm going to start. I guess I got to meditate on this and find out where do I want to go, because I got so much coming out. I got the 7 rays. I mean, are you kidding me? I've learned about the 7 rays. I mean, what else is there out there that can say, learn me, learn me, learn me. I need you to learn me. It's like, no, I'll put you on the list. Okay, thank you. Is there like a Harry Potter like type school that I can go to learn occult sciences? Everything occult sciences. First, we're going to read about the Golden Dawn, and then we're going to do Hermeticism, and then we're going to do astrotheology, and then we're going to do this and this. And I mean, is there a college like that I can go to? Because I'm all over the place, guys, and I can't be. So, wow, I didn't mean for this to be a 45-minute video, guys. I really didn't mean that. But I was there. I was like, yeah, go ahead. I know the algorithm. What if you don't do weekly videos, YouTube's going to just drop you. Like, you're just not going to get the views. I had a following back in 2006, 2008, 2009, 2010, until 2013. I had a following. Who were they? They were atheists. They were atheists back then, because I declared myself an atheist, and I was so pissed at the Christians, and I had a lot of anger. A lot of anger. It was like, ew, a lot. So, yeah, I'm all over the place. I even got the book of Wisdom. You can check it out. Don't go to Etsy to buy it, because you get the PDF version. You got to go to his website, Harry B. Joseph, the Book of Wisdom. I got volume 1. I did not get volume 2. And everything's in it. Well, not everything. But I will say it is full of typos. That's the only thing. It's full of, there's typos in his book. So, but you can learn all this stuff on YouTube. You don't really need to go. And he has a channel. Is it Book of Wisdom University? And there's a lot of people that copy his videos. There's at least 5 or 6 people that copy his videos. Unless it's him copying his own videos under different names. But I believe it's a Book of Wisdom. Is it Book of Wisdom University? Or is it Book of Wisdom University? Or, yeah, I think it's Book of Wisdom University. I think that's what it is. So, Sandra cannot do shallow wells. If I jump into a shallow well, I'm going to hurt myself. It needs to be a very large, one big, like, deep swimming pool. One deep swimming pool that's like 20 or 30 or 40 feet deep, instead of going and digging these tiny little kiddie pools and swimming in the kiddie pool. Like, you got 20 kiddie pools. Okay, no. I need to go in the big girl swimming pool and dive down 50 feet deep. One swimming pool instead of 20 little kiddie pools. So, and I got to pull back and just focus on me right now. that's what I've been doing, guys. And yeah, an hour to tell you everything I've been doing. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to answer to anybody or anything like that. But you know, when I'm ready, I'll be around. And I'm gonna have to learn how to do some stuff with AI. I'm gonna have to learn how to clean all this up because you can see stuff behind me. Maybe I'll have to move. That'd be nice. Maybe I have to move and get out of this place, this 450 square feet place. I cannot expand at all. So I don't know what's out there for me. I have no idea. I have no idea what's out there for me. But um, if me can go back in the time machine and go back to that woman who I was in 2013 or 2012, that woman from all those YouTube videos from before, and if I can tell that woman who is she going to become, she's going to be me, studying all this esoteric occult sciences on her own and digging little wells everywhere and going and hopping around everywhere esoteric, I would have not believed myself because I was so angry at anyone that said the word God. You could not say the word God around me because I was so full of anger. And that's what happens when you are in a church like that, in the Independent Fundamental Baptist Church. It's what happens. You just don't want to hear it, any of it. Now I'm to the place where like I want to crack a Bible. I got my Bible out over there. I think it's still in the table in my bedroom. It's a King James Bible, and I'm wanting to crack it open. Okay. How do I read this? Decode it like William Donahue, because Santos Bonacci won't do that. Santos Bonacci will say the same thing. People think you're supposed to take this literally. Oh my God. Santos Bonacci says the same thing like Bill Donahue, but Bill Donahue will actually tell you what verse to go to and tell you what it means. Santos Bonacci won't do that. He comes from a different angle, and I like Santos Bonacci's angle. I really like it a lot. I like his style. So I don't know what I am. I don't know. I have no idea. What is this? We are not, I'm reading comments. We are not Black African American. Favor ain't fair. Unity is power. Okay. I have no idea what that is about. How to Tamla Moore. Okay. I don't really know what that's about, but okay. I'm not really talking about African Americans here, but okay. You said your piece. Great. So that's done. I'm all done, and yeah. You take care of yourself, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.